Hi there, today's tutorial is about room planning, room design, interior design. So what we're gonna do here is we did the scan of it's a hotel room and we just will focus to the bathroom because it's a very simple small room to explain what you can do with Pinpoint model here. First of all, interesting thing is that the room is not an straight room, so we have a little bit an angle. If I click on O button, or if you go to view and go to orthographic or perspective projection, then you see we have not a perpendicular angle here, so that is a little bit complicated for normal work. So that is very easy in Pinpoint, so you will see in a little bit. We focus on this. So what would you do? First, you would jump into the room, and of course we have to model the room, so the main shape of the room, and that, I mean, it's one thing I like to explain before I start. You have two options to view the point cloud. Most people prefer this view because it's usual, it's like you saw it in reality. But this is only the image view. That means this is made to a different time than the scan. So the point cloud will generate it a little bit later than the image. So sometimes people walk into the scan and then you have some geometries what are making the modeling complicated. So make sure you switch between F3, view point cloud, you see true colors, and then the model view is highlight regions. That's the real point cloud. So, and you see Pinpoint is generated already the surfaces, so it's very easy to snap to these edges and corners and stuff like this. So what we're gonna do here is we activate the add surface function. We snap our floor, and then we hold the floor with the hand icon here. So, because that stays the same for every corner in the room. So then we have this little green ball and we can say click, and it's snapping this surface and that generate intersection of this, and this, and that's the first edge. So we can do it one by one, so one wall, second wall, we hold this one, so we have the second one. Or you can say I just make a bigger green sphere with holding Alt key and using the mouse rod. You can increase the size of this tool, and then we have the third edge, and then we go to this one. So we have our 4 edges, and I just close the polygon and I'm done. So next is I like to extrude this polygon. So I have the shape of the room. I go to extrude. I select the polygon. I select the surface I want to extract or extrude it. And I say OK. And that's it. Now we have our room. And there is a view function where you can view the shape. If you go to V, intersect, then you see the shape, and again I can jump back in. So now let's come to the socket and to the light switch. I go back to my model and I see it's here, or I know it's here. Of course I have to switch to true colors, and here we go. And then I can turn off the shape, so I don't have the gray shadow on top of my view. So I turn this off, and now I can see clearly my two things I'm interested in. And what I'm going to do is I'm using the add point function, and then I hold the STRG, the control button. I hold it down, and then my sphere, my green sphere, is switching to a red dot, and the red dot is a function to snap on the point cloud. So what I'm doing now is I'm just snapping a point on the point cloud, and I will name this point to socket. So I can enter a new name if I want, or if I did it already, I can just select and use the return key to to accept it. And then I do the second one, control button again, and then I will switch this to this one. And now I have my 2 points I'm probably need for my planning. So now what can I do for my planning? I'm turning on my model again. And let's say we start with the floor plan. So what I'm choosing is I use the polygon on the floor plan, and I use surface projection, and I will use the average, so it will maximize the surface, and I select my region, and now I have my floor plan. And to turn on my two sinks here, I see I have these points, and I have also the height of this socket and the switch to the floor. So that is very helpful information, I guess. But this is one way to use it. The second way is, let's say you are the guy who's making the tiles, and you might be interested to use the shape of the room to prepare your tiles and drill the holes already, so you don't have to do it on site, on customer side. So what you're going to do is you select the polygon again, you use surface projection again, and then again average, because we know the wall was a little bit off. So to maximize, look to the shape. Yeah, it's coming out, so we have the maximum dimension, and we can remember 2.263 meters. That's the dimension. We will measure this a little bit later. And then if you like to see your two sinks here, just turn it on, and then you see these two things, and you can save it and export it and use it in your planning or designing software. So here you have the save button, and then you can choose DXF or yeah. And also there's more options, save in 3D. If you do your engineering in 3D, you can save it in 3D, and also you can use millimeter if you're working with millimeters. That's fine, okay. Same thing for the points. You can save the points, and also for the 3D model. So everything you did in Pinpoint, you can export. Last thing I like to show here in this short tutorial, let's go back to this point. And we see here now we have these little water connections. And water connection is also very important, because it has to be open. You have to make these things and prepare the tiles, so that might be useful to know in front. So turn off the model again, and then we use now the measure tool. And now I will just hold the control key down again, zoom in maybe a little bit more, and snap to this point. And now I like to measure perpendicular to the floor. So if I use my ball, my sphere, my green sphere here, I can just snap to the surface, and you see it's measuring perpendicular to the floor. And then I can say OK, and you see if I say OK, there's a new section, it's measurement, and once again you can save and store these measurements, and you can reload them into your CAD software or in your design software. So that's also very useful. All right, so that's the way you can proceed. I think it's very easy, straightforward way to extract simple, easy information out of a complex point cloud, and you have a good focus with the data, what you're going to do. And then final thing, I promised we look to the data again. So we had here 2.263 meter. Let's turn off the model. Let's do the measurement. I mean, that's also a lot of people explaining, saying us it's very useful that you can measure directly. And here you can, yeah, I can click. Let's make it smaller. Alt key, mouse wheel, and then click one wall, second wall, third wall, and then we have the same measurement, so it should be fit. Be a little bit careful here. You see this little glass here that's hurting the signal, but this is a different tutorial how you clean up the data to work with. All right, thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed, or hopefully it's a little bit useful for your daily work with point clouds. And if you have any comments, please put it down below or drop us an email to support@scanner2go.de. We are looking forward getting your feedback. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye.